You know, there's two types of devices that come across our desk that's just inherently very hard for us to let you know how it is. Virtual reality and noise-canceling headphones. Why? Because I can't show you what these sound like. The purpose of noise-canceling headphones is that they encapsulate your ears so that you can't hear anything outside and no one else can hear your stuff. So obviously, us filming this and you watching it through your electronic device, it's not going to give you a good indication of what these are all about, but let's continue all the same, and thank you to Sony for sending us this sample. I gotta say, I'm a big fan of Sony. They don't sponsor us, but they send us samples. But I gotta say something I don't like. Sony's naming. Their model numbers are so convoluted, they're so difficult to remember, and this one is the WH-1000XM4. If you remember that, I'll send you a lollipop. So let's crack this open and see what is inside, and really give you guys an indication of basically what all comes with it and the features of the unit themselves, but unfortunately it's going to fall a little bit short when we kind of showcase how this is going to work. You know, I gotta say, this box is great. It's the subtle things. This is matte, this is almost sticky, and look, they put aluminum flake paint in the USB-C trim and the Sony logo. I can understand the Sony logo, but the trim of the USB-C simulating aluminum is just absolutely an amazing touch. 30-hour battery, Bluetooth, and this thing, obviously this one's written in Japanese because it's for the Japanese market, but don't worry, this works anywhere in the world. Of course, it's completely country agnostic, and you see some details down below there. Also, interestingly enough, this is not made in China. This is made in Malaysia, which is really cool. Japan has pulled out a lot of manufacturing and distribution from China into Southeast Asia, like Laos, Thailand, etc. So it has very easy setup. You download the app, which will show you. You put them on and you connect via Bluetooth. So we'll show you how to do that in a second. Let us crack this open and look at the rest of the box. First, Sony is huge on paper. They love their paper documentation. Now, nothing's in plastic and it's held on with a paper strap, so that's all good, but what we mean is they give you these gigantic tomes of regulatory information, warranty information, user guide. It's just crazy. You can find all this information on their website as well, and setup information, etc. You also have some information on how to register your product if you need to do warranty concerns. When you buy this, you get a case, and yes, this is an actual Sony case, and you get a little kind of area to put your USB cables and stuff. It is nicely laid with a rose gold zipper, which I always very much appreciate them doing things differently, and it's embossed with the Sony logo as well. This thing is a hard case because it is meant to house your very expensive headphones. Opening this up, you get these dual quadrants, and this should be the charging. Nope, this is the 3.5mm headphone jack, so hold on to this. Obviously, it's critical to the use of your device if you don't have Bluetooth. And what is this? Oh, cool, look at that. It's a 2-into-1. A lot of audio files will know what this is. It's basically, some receivers have these kind of dual input. They are 3.5, but they only have one band here. If you'll notice, a stereo band has two bands in one, but this one is one each, so that's kind of a left and right thing. That's really nice. And we should have the charging cable right here. It's just a short jump. If you lose this, don't worry, guys. This is not proprietary. It's just a USB-C. And let us open these up themselves. And what do we have here? Just some... Oh, cool. Look at that. It's a little information card that tells you it has NFC on board, as well as the commands of picking up a call, declining a call, play, pause, etc. Everything's laid out very nicely. Can you take this middle trim out? You know what I would have liked to see? The fact that maybe you could take this out, because this is now non-usable for anything else but your headphones, but you could have maybe put something else in there and had a different use case. So the headphones themselves, let's check it out. You do have a dual bend kind of setup, and it swivels on its axes right there. You do have the model number on the side, and everything is nicely, very tightly packed, but still foamy at the same time. And it looks like you have some sort of sensor in there as well, and I'm not sure what that is, but you do have some sensor to maybe have the device tell you when it is being worn or not. You have a power button, you have a custom button right there as well, and you have a USB-C and the headphone jack on the side. NFC touch is on this side right here for various services, and it's very soft, and I do believe you are able to replace these if need be. They should just come off with some double-sided glue, and you can buy the replacements either from Sony or AliExpress vendors. Now what we're going to do is download the app and sync everything up. Few things before we start. You don't need to use a Sony phone in order to connect these because we're just using an Xperia 1 Mark III, which is just my personal phone. Number two, you don't need the app. You don't need to go to this thing here, download the app, and in order to use this, you can use it via Bluetooth and you can use it via USB-C or the headphone jack on here. You don't have to worry about this being proprietary or anything like that. So we got that on here. We're going to press the power button as we are instructed right now and crank it on. Tap to register. Put it near the device. Click allow. Click pair. You'll get a Google Assistant alert if that is something that you already have, and a certified headphones connection. Click OK. Sign in later if you don't want to sign in right now. Proceed without restoring your data. Click next, go through all the pleasantries and formalities of everything. You can set all this up if you want. These are basically 360 audio, DSEE. There's a bunch of kind of abbreviated terms and conditions that Sony has, and actually if you're interested in learning about them, you can click the video card up above, and that'll direct you to our MP3 player, digital audio player review. Go to the dashboard and you'll be able to kind of command everything from here. You can look at the activity of how much you've been listening to things, you can change the sound, you have personalization, you have an equalizer as well. So if you click on the equalizer, you can do custom, you can do the presets, so bright, excited, mellow, etc., or you can just create your own right here. You can do custom one and you can move things up and down, click the little gear and change it up as you see fit. You also have DSEE, which we told you about a second ago. That one is a kind of boost that Sony has pioneered themselves. It's a Sony proprietary audio control that utilizes AI and stuff like that, and you get all these other formalities. So you get the voice language, you can change the language to anything you want. It's on Japanese because we got it from Japan and they sent it to us from Japan, but you can just go ahead and download the voice data for any language, much like you see here. We just threw English on there. In fact, interestingly enough, there is a setting for connect to 2 devices simultaneously. The sensor actually will stop playing music if it is in your settings when you take these off, so that it doesn't just keep endlessly running on a continuous loop even though you're not having these connected to your head. Again, it's not possible for us to show or even tell you how these sound to the nth degree, but we have tried them out. We gave them to a couple of our employees as well. It's bassy, it's crisp, it's basically anything you want it to be. If you want it to be very tinny, if you want it to have a lot of treble, if you want it to have more depth and more analog feel, you turn on DSEE, you play with the equalizer, they give you full range to do anything you want on these. They're built extremely well, they're not made in China, they're from Sony, and these things are meticulously crafted all the way from the packaging to the actual device itself. They give you everything in the box, and there's little to no plastic whatsoever except for the outside wrap. This is a very high quality set of Bluetooth headphones or wired headphones if you so choose to do so. This is everything you need to know about the WH-1000XM4. Thank you to Sony once more for sending us this sample, and everybody, for Goody Reader Tech, thanks for stopping by.